What's up, guys? AJ Bills back here. Today we're going to be doing is a 2010 Genesis Coupe. I'm going to be installing a Starlight headliner fiber optic kit. I'm at my boy Blair's house. He's going to give you guys his IG so you can check him out. We're going to get started on this kit, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it.
What's up? This is my my baby. Had her since March. We're gonna do some interior mods before I start a lot of exterior stuff. Check me out on IG, Blairski_21. Hopefully everything looks good. I know it's gonna be doing the headliner black, and we got a nice fiber optic kit set up, ready to go. We're gonna mount it nice, and it's gonna look sweet.
Alright, so the first thing you guys are going to want to do is remove the center dome light and where we'll hold the sunglass visor. It's very easy. You're going to pull down from the front of the car, and then you're going to slide out towards the windshield. Alright, so then inside these three corners, you're going to have... coughing a lot today. You're going to have a little tab here. So you're going to use your flathead screwdriver, and you're going to push the tab, and then you're going to click that piece out. Alright, I got that down. It's not going to come out to remove the headline. Alright, so to remove, well, first off, the sun visors are already removed. So you're going to have two, I think there were Phillips screws. Were they Phillips screws?
Yep.
Alright, so you had two Phillips screws. You had two Phillips screws there. There's the screws. They're right here under this little body. And then you're going to have a Phillips on the back side of the holder. Dropping stuff everywhere. And it's a little pin. So it's got, we call it a Christmas tree clip. That's what I call it. That's what I've always called it. Put that on the ground there. And now, this is one of the Christmas tree push clips for the headliner. We're going to work on this side for now, and then I'll time lapse the right side. So if you need to go back to figure out how to do it, just rewind to this side here. And if you're wondering why I'm coughing, I welded for 3 hours today, and I'm coughing from all the welding fumes. So after you remove the SRS airbag little emblem here, you're just going to pop it out with a little screwdriver. Then you're going to take a Phillips screw off there. From there, you're going to pull out, and then the front is going to slide right out of the dashboard, just like that. Be careful not to pop the clips, but you'll see on the angle it's got to slide out towards the back of the car. So we got that out of the way. So I'm going to do this clip here, pull this little light, and then this we'll worry about later. The mic for, I believe it's for hands-free. So we'll unwire that after. But then we're going to have to go to the back panel. So I'm just going to keep finishing up here in this section.
Desde que dejas cuando entras y sales, donde quedaron los besos y todos los planes. No sé si vivir o morir. Me encuentro en un limbo desde que te fuiste de aquí.
As I said before, we'll get this off after. Then you're going to pull this channel down. Just go nice and easy so you don't tear it. Alright, you don't have to take it all the way off, just let it fall from there. And this side is down. So I'm going to go do a time lapse on the right side, and then we'll go to the back, and then we'll get started taking all the material off.
Eres la única persona que yo quiero que se ven encima de mí. Mi libertad no la quiero, tampoco la vida de soltero. Yo lo que quiero es que quieran lo mismo que todos queremos. Tener una cuenta de banco contigo.
Alright, so now we're all lit up with these lights. We're working in the back. We're going to remove this panel, then we're going to move the back panel, and we're going to drop the headliner. I'm not taking everything all the way off. I'm just going to unclick this top one. This one back here, I'm going to pop the cap and just pull it down, but we'll start from here. So I got like a little pick tool, which is going to help me to get those SRS airbag covers. And then under there is a Phillips screw. Not on this one. This one's a 10 millimeter. So this back one's going to be a 10 millimeter. And then you're going to pop this out. It's got two clips on the top. And then you have to pull the bottom a little bit out and then push this back towards the outside of the car, and it removes it from that lower part. So we're not going to take the whole lower out. See how it's got the clips on the bottom in here, and then this clips in. So once you pull this out, push that panel back in, let it fall down because of the seat belt. Just let it fall right to the ground, and we're out there. I'll move to the back here. Let me just tilt my camera a little bit. Alright, I think you guys will be able to see me there. So, this one, not sure if it's a Phillip or a 10 until I get it off. I've never really done one of these headliners. But, okay, it's a 10 millimeter. I've never done it, but I still know how to do it. Alright, now you got the 10 millimeter, just gonna pop this and slide toward the front. I'll put it in the back here. Did you press it? All right, now we're gonna remove that little microphone for the hands-free talking. Those two clips. Then you're gonna pop the plug, and the center should come down. And now we're gonna go to the back again. He's gonna grab the camera and point it to the back. So it's a little tough to get in here, but then you're gonna have to remove these two clips. Alright, so you're gonna have two in the middle and two on the sides here. These ones I might be able to get a little easier without breaking them. We're gonna want to turn it 90 degrees because it's narrower, and then from there we are going to snake it out. So now we get the fun part. We get to tear all this crap off. I'm gonna give him that job. He's gonna get to tear it off, and we're gonna watch him do it. All right, so now he's gonna strip the headliner down. We're gonna take all that old material off. He's just gonna start peeling it away. Finish it up. There we go. We can spray paint it. It'll be easier. There we go. All right, guys. Out with that junk gray.
You gotta go like that.
Where are we going with it?
Right here.
Where are we going? Boom! All right. All right, guys. We're gonna get going on spray adhesive and putting the new one on, and then we're gonna start running this fiber optic kit. All right, yeah. All right, let's get back to work here. So now we're gonna figure out this box setup, what we're gonna do with this fiber optic box. Okay, so Blair actually had a really good idea. We're gonna run it in the back. I thought at first he was gonna like worry about seeing this, but we decided to be a lot easier than cutting everything out the front, and it's not really gonna sit in the headliner really well. So we're gonna use some really strong 3M adhesive tape to hold that double side on like that. The center of the car is right on this bolt here. So you guys are probably gonna wanna put it there like we're doing. And then we're gonna run the wires through, up, all the way in, poke them out of the headliner after we wrap it, and then I'll do the wiring from there. So now we're gonna just double side and stick this on.
¿Dónde sé que dejas cuando entras y sales? ¿Dónde quedaron los besos y todos los planes? No sé si vivir o morir. Me encuentro en un limbo de...
So to power the system, we're going to use the center plug here. Bring the camera in a little bit. All right. So the center plug is going to have 3 wires. We're going to tap into the red and black. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to just peel back the electrical tape. There's going to be a little bit. After that, you're going to just put a little slice in this insulator so that we can get a little more wire to work with. Smooth it out. Some of you guys might crimp the connectors. I like to use solder. I don't like crimping. Solder, you know, you have a good adhere with the both wires, and you know that they're not going to back off down the road. So I'm going to give myself a little more room here. Alright, so now I'm going to cut the positive and negative, the red and black, off of this plug.
Eres la única persona que yo quiero que se venga encima de mí. Mi libertad no la quiero, tampoco la vida de soltero. Yo lo que quiero es que quieran lo mismo que todos queremos. Tener una cuenta de banco con dígitos y muchos ceros. Hacerle la mola diaria.
Alright, and that's how it should look once you're done. Just like that. Nice and protected from any other wiring. And nice and strong. So now we're going to do the next one here.
Si todavía me amas como antes, ya nada me parece interesante. Yo sé que en el amor.
And we will now just heat shrink it. Just like that. There we go. So those two are done. And I'm gonna actually put a little electrical tape over it just to protect it a little bit more, since it's gonna be inside the body of the car, but everything looks pretty good. I got my 2 leads to run to the back of the headliner, and now we're just gonna worry about spraying the adhesive on, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. We're using Loctite spray adhesive, professional performance. He picked it up. Where'd you pick it up?
I picked it up at a craft store.
Craft store, so you can get it at any craft store. I'm sure they got them at some automotive stores or anything like that. This is what we're going to use. You guys can use 3M spray adhesive, whatever you want. We're going to go outside, spray it, bring it back in, and lay this material down. Lay it, don't let it hit. Alright. Well, we're going to pull it out tomorrow. Okay.
Alright. Slant.
Pull tight. Drop it. Let go. Okay, let go. Alright, so now we have the material down. You start from the middle and work your way out. So you're going to start from the middle where it attaches, and then you'll work your way around.
Soy un farsante.
so we got the headliner on after some time. The material that we used was a little too thin. I usually like to use a thicker one, so some of the glue came through in a couple spots, but we ended up just spraying it with a fabric vinyl black, which should dry up okay. So now we're going around, we're punching all the holes, and there's 150 holes to punch, so after we get all those punched, then we're gonna feed the fiber optic lines through, leave about this much overhang, snip them once they're in the car, and then we should be good to go. So now we're gonna take each individual strand after we got some of the holes punched. Just gonna test it out here, poke it through. Once it's through on the other side, we're gonna give it some extra line through. Then we're gonna spray the spray glue, which is gonna allow these pieces to stay in and not fall out of the holes. It's getting late. We're still running these wires in every little pinhole that we did. We're kind of running out of steam here, so I'm kind of gonna keep the video short as possible. Put the headliner back in. I'll show you guys once it's in, once it's plugged in. But I took this DC cord here and I stripped it because it was a house plug. Got the red and black out, and then ended up soldering it. And those wires are the ones that ran to the power wire over in my dome light. So that's what you guys are going to want to do there. Now we have that lead there. I'll plug in the back, and we'll get all these fiber optics in still. We're still working on it. That's Blair's job for tonight. And we're still slowly going at it. Doing a few here and there. Here's the end of the kit. Alright, so we got all of the strands in from the fiber optics, and now we're just spraying some glue down to hold them in the holes they're in. Alright, so now I'm going to just run these channels in, do little things at a time that just help hold it in while I work around to put all those interior pieces back in. Alright guys, it's about midnight now, and we're finally getting this kit done. We got the headliner back up, and we got all the fiber optic wired up. Where I wired that, I plugged the plugs in the front. I have the box all set up here. We're gonna snip with clips every single piece, and once we snip that, then all it'll look like is like Starlights. And back there is all set up. We're gonna tuck this wire and stuff later, but it's getting late. We're just gonna button everything up and call it a night.
Extraño tu aroma en la cama, de ese que dejas cuando entras y sales, donde quedaron los besos y todos los planes. No sé si vivir o morir, me encuentro en un limbo desde que te fuiste de aquí. Eres la única persona